Hello everyone, Jeb from Jeb's Project. Now let's see what we have on the bench today. On the bench today we have a Cobra 2000 that's got a frequency stability issue. It wanders, so we're going to try to attempt to fix that today. We're going to start with a 10240 crystal, replace it with a new one because it's still got the original crystal from back in the 80s. And you can see there, X2 is a 10240 that's on the PLL. So what we're going to do is replace that crystal. Then you see C85, which is a 10 picofarad capacitor, and then C86 is an 18 picofarad capacitor. Those two capacitors, you adjust those two one way or the other to bring that frequency right directly into 10240. So we're going to go ahead and try to do that today, and then we're going to take and replace the main crystal, main frequency crystal, the 113258, with a new one, and we're going to put a crystal warmer. Well, let's focus in here. Put a crystal warmer on it so that when you turn it on, it warms the crystal up rather quick, so the stability comes in quicker. Basically, we're turning it into a TCXO, which is a temperature-controlled crystal oscillator, so try to make it more stable. All right. Okay, before we replace that crystal, let's take a look and see what our frequency is. It says pin 8 of IC1, which is the PLL chip. This has had a chip change in it. They used to have the 8734 chip in it, and someone's put an 8719. That allows for programming. This radio's been taken back to stock. So let's check pin 8. Let's go down here. And pin 8, let's take a look at the frequency. The frequency says 10238. 228. Okay, that's definitely off frequency. Let's see what we can do about it. Okay, the first crystal we were working with is the 10240 crystal. I lost the video of me explaining, so I already replaced the crystal. Here's the old one. It's in the package here. The two capacitors we got to use to adjust are right here and right here, right beside the crystal. We'll adjust it up or down to get it on frequency. But for right now, since we replaced the crystal, let's get on pin 8 here and see how close we are. We'll come in here, pin 8. Let's check the frequency, and it says 10239.601. So we're closer than we were, but we still have a ways to go. So let's adjust those two caps and get her in on frequency. Okay, what I did is replace the C86, which was supposed to be an 18 picofarad capacitor, with a variable capacitor so that I could adjust it. Alright, let's check the frequency here. That's pin 8, and we're at 10240001212. I would say that that's pretty close. 1 to 2 hertz. I'm not going to argue with that. We'll move on to the next part, see if we can get the other ones in frequency. Okay, the next one we're working with is this one right here. This particular radio has the 11325 crystal in it and grounded here. It's using the big one, the original one. We're not going to replace it with the big one. We're going to go with the standard size crystal, which is this one right here. It's still wrapped up, and get the crystal warmer on it. All right, I'm going to remove that crystal, and I'll show setting up the crystal warmer. Be back. Okay. Well, I guess we'll take the crystal warmer out of the bag. And need to check something. I need to check to see if the back is connected to ground. Whether this section here is connected to ground. I wanted to put a little heatsink grease on there, but may not be able to. So I want to keep the crystal grounded. So, got, let's see here, hold it in there. And we are connected to ground. Okay, so good, that'll go right against the crystal. And then we'll heat shrink it on. That way when we connect our ground to the chassis, the crystal's grounded as well. The crystal case. And for what little heat transfer we're going to lose by not putting heatsink grease on it, I think we'll be better off with the crystal being grounded. So let me get the crystal out of the wrapper here and let's get it mounted. Okay, let's get this crystal together. Basically this goes against the back of the crystal. Got to try to make sure that we don't get any shorts there. Take our heat shrink, slide it down over the crystal and the crystal warmer, like that. Get it down here to where it protects the circuit board, and just to that lip, just to give it some stability and keep it off the warmer. Okay, if I can get my heat gun out of my rework here, out of the holder, and start shrinking that on there. Heat shrink it in place. Okay, that should do it. And then let's check to see if we got connection to our crystal cover. Okay, go to ground. Oh, go to ground. If I can stay on it. And we do. Now let's make sure we don't have any connected to the positive wire. Make sure we're not shorted out there. Go on the positive. And we're not shorted to case or either lead. Good deal. That'll work. Alright, be back shortly. Okay, on this particular board, you'll see that it has 4 holes there. That allows for the larger crystal. Those are 2 outside ones, and your smaller crystal, 2 on the inside there. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be taking this crystal with the crystal warmer on it. Drop it right in on that spot right there. We'll get her soldered in and be right back. Okay, we got the crystal in. I grounded it to the can here. Left myself just enough lead so that I can connect my ground for my probe so I can read the frequency and align it. And I picked a 12 volt spot down here on the board. It's 12 volts when the radio's on and no volts when it's off, but it's still there in transmit. So on transmit and receive, the voltage doesn't change. It allows for the crystal to get warmed up and while it's on, and not take any power while it's off. So go through and start the alignment. Right now she's set at 274082, which it's quite a ways off. So, and on channel 40. So we'll get her aligned. Okay, we got her going here, and doing pretty good. 405, 265. Takes about less than 5 minutes to come up and stabilize, and doing pretty good now. So we finished doing the alignment on it, and got the receive. It's just low today and very little signal. It's really quiet out there tonight. So, well, there we go. Have fun. I'll catch you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. And catch you in the next one.